Bitcoin has just broken a brand new all-time high, and I know everybody's out with their fireworks celebrating, but in this video we are going to be getting straight down to business, analyzing the chart, the order flow, what we are looking at live in the time right now. And is there a real celebration going on? Is it just up from here, up and up and up, or is there some weakness? Is there some signs that we could be seeing a fake out, and everything in between? I will just cover from my honest opinion of the market as I am reading it today, as I am trading it today. That's exactly what I'll be giving you in this video. So of course, I hope that you enjoy it, but most importantly, can learn from this. I'm going to be going, really trying my best here to educate you so you are fully learning. I am actually right now in zero shorts, no short trades at all. I am in many long trades, and a new long trade was taken today, which I'll talk you through. And then of course, we'll be focusing on the absolute now in the time and what we're looking at next, really over the next few days as we go into the weekend. So with that said, let's bring it back over to the charts. I mean, look at this. It's been an absolute blast, right? I've got a little bit of things to cover here first and foremost before we move into what we're looking at next. And, real simply, when it all boils down together, I want to just start off by playing this quick short trade, this quick YouTube short, which is literally about 40 seconds long. I just want you to just pay attention to something, and then I'm going to expand upon this point because it is very important. So just quick 30 seconds here. Is Bitcoin about to pump to $130,000? My answer is yes today, as it was last week, as it was at the start of the month, as it was at the start of May, as it was at the start of January, as it was at the start of 2023, right? My perspective has been bullish for a long time now. I think that we're in a wonderful position now with the termination of the WXY to get this push. Do I think we could get a retracement first? Yes. But I would say that it's nice to hold this pivot, form the fake out, which is complete. We've got the reclaim of the value area low, which was for me extremely important. So when you think about it, the reclaim of this value area low was very, very important for me. Also, we do have to then give weight to the value area high. But yeah, while we remain with the strength, I do feel that we absolutely will push to all-time highs. So I think we can get a retracement. Yes, that's where you get new long opportunities. Okay, so in that was a video from the champion members live stream. So then, this is the advantage of watching our YouTube shorts. We do give some little glimpse of the members only content. But in there, I laid it out a very nice plan, if I say so myself. I had a bigger Elliott wave count, which I've give some snippets of as well over here on YouTube, to be fair. I have an Elliott wave count, right, which is pointing towards major new all-time highs. It's something that I've been trading now for the whole of this year and previous year. And it was a bullish Elliott wave count for, pushing up into brand new all-time highs. So it's this understanding, and I want to just emphasize this first of all because of the, what I was explaining on this. I think it played out very nicely, right? We had the few long trade opportunities on a retracement, and what was I saying was key? Well, we had finished the WXY, and then we've got looking for another move to the upside. But what, right here, we would have been trading. Let me just pull on the value area of the range, right? We would have been trading around $109,000. So at this point, there's not a long to be taken at that time. We can wait for the move up to the value area high, which I did short, and then you can look for a retracement, for example, down to the point of control, right? And that's your long opportunity. Once you've got the rejection, it's the retracement back down. What I want to emphasize here is, even though we got a bullish bias, higher term time frame, is there still short trades? The answer is yes. I've been openly happy taking a short around this value area high zone. Why? Because it was a resistance, and you can see the respect here that price has. It comes up into that value area high, cleanest rejection you can get, back down to the point of control. You get a retest, back down to the point of control. Then you've got the breakout, right? And as we've broken out here, of course, there's zero short trades to be had, and I'll be explaining that in a little bit more detail. But just the overall flow of this chart has been so nice, right? To have the confidence to short the value area high, and then understand you need to wait for the retracements to take the longs. And that actually played out very nicely. If you remember, this was back last week, playing out, given the long trade in advance from that $105,200 level, where we had those confluences of the point of, that was a naked point of controls to give you that long trade. And this is a long I still hold today. I'm still in that long trade from $105,000. Okay, of course, I have taken as well since that a few short trades, but they are all closed. I have no short trades open. And only in longs. And I just wanted to start off by like talking you through this, and just emphasizing once again the importance of having a higher term time frame plan, which again comes from my Elliott wave counts. It comes from the overall market structure. Not being scared to short the market. Again, I've taken a few profitable short trades over the past few days, and they've played out well. But it's that understanding of, well, the higher term time frame is still bullish, so we want to be careful with those shorts, lock in, take profits, and let those long runs for get the home run, so to speak. That big trade is going to probably be the longs, right? And that's why you let the long trades run for longer. Thus, it's a trade that I'm still in. So I wanted to just brief, still in longs from $36,000. So I mean, going very well on some of those long trades, right? But and I just wanted to start by emphasizing that. And then I move on to, what are we looking at today? What have we got going on here? Well, I want to start off by talking you through this long trade that I took today. And this is for the education, so you can understand, like, what am I looking for? So you can replicate this, right? So you wake up in the morning, let's say, prices, this is the exact view that we had this morning. We had a high that was the front run of the all-time high on Bybit, and you've obviously put a low here around 10 p.m. UK time. So I've woke up and I've seen this is the chart. Well, I've instantly started to do what I do best, and that is recognize these ranges before they've even formed. I've then gone on to tell my team, well, if we want to be aggressive, the entry trigger is going to be a bit of a swing failure pattern of the range low. So we're not FOMOing in at $111, $300. No, we're waiting for that intraday. This is a 5-minute chart setup. We're waiting for that retracement, just as on the bigger term timeframes. We're waiting for the retracement to support for the long. I had to wait and say, well, I'm only going to long if we get that. Well, I'm only going to long if we get the retracement, but on top of that, I need the entry trigger. That was the most important piece of the puzzle here. And what happened? Well, if you do know, we got the entry trigger, which was a swing failure pattern on the New York initial balance from the New York session, right? So this was long trade taken. Now we target new all-time highs. Well, I think you all know, right? We're starting to get those new all-time highs. But it all stemmed from, yesterday's price action, that front run of Bybit. And I made it clear to the champion members, I did not short the high from yesterday because we didn't hit the all-time high on Bybit. So missed or didn't take. I will wait for a new all-time high on the Bybit chart for the short. And so I'll talk you through that. Have I taken a short yet? I was waiting for a new all-time high. I really thought it was coming. We had the setup, had to remain patient, but we did get that aggressive long trade entry. And you actually got, even after this, to be fair, a very nice retest. So you even come down for a bit of a retest. Look at this on a lower term time frame. So if you actually missed the swing failure pattern at a range low here, then you had another opportunity off of the retest from low to high. You can see down here, you come for a nice CC retest here at, about 3:30 UK time. So there's plenty of time to get in the trade, whether you got the aggressive long here, perfect. Whether you got the retest into the CC, I don't think you're going to be mattering too much. It's a difference of around 0.2%. But, there's clearly, got, after my post of confirming the long trade, you've got over 15 minutes to secure the long. So, advantages of being in the champion memberships, first of all, getting given the plan, and then confirming we are trading the plan, right? But, for example, even if you longed here at 3:30 UK time, on the retest, stop loss below the low, look at this epic trade that you secured yourself here with minimal risk, from the CC there, 0.3% risk. And this trade is running, right? This is just a massive risk to reward, right? You're on 8-to-1 R&R already. Just a crazy trade when you think about it. Really, really nice. And that is why I really recommend waiting for these lower term time frame setups with the lower term time frame entry triggers. Because this is where you get those, like, what I would really say is the best trades. Okay, simple way of trading, really simple way of trading. And I will say this, I do have a new lesson coming out next week for the contenders, and that is a lesson on entry triggers. So what we got given today was just one of 5 epic examples of entry triggers. And then, of course, as we're breaking up here, trading around $12,500, this is brand new all-time highs. Did I short? No. And again, confirmed live in the time to the team. Not taking any short trades here. Still strong. There's zero reason to be looking for shorts. And another correct decision as we continue to push up. And even here where we are now, we've continued to push up once again, right? So, I've been giving little glimpses here over on X, Twitter for you all. But again, for the real-time updates, you want to join that Champions membership. But yeah, even at the low there of the retest of the CC, started to form some bullish divergences as well. So, I mean, you just had a lot of information in the order flow, the bullish divergences forming down here at $111,000 after the swing failure pattern, after the retest, bullish divergences, like it all geared up for a major move to the upside. And that's what you're getting right now. So then I said I want to talk you through, okay, so what are we looking at next? Okay, is there signs of weakness? You know, first of all, I'll answer that, I suppose. And for me, the answer is really easy. And the answer is no, right? There's no signs of weakness here. Even on a 5-minute chart, we've just done this, right? So the sign of weakness will maybe come when we start to change market structure. But you can see here from the swing failure pattern low, which was again where we were waiting for this long trade, timed the absolute low there. It's just been high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Higher high, well, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? We have just gone continuously the whole day, higher highs, and continuously the whole day, higher lows. Well, higher highs and higher lows, right? So there's absolutely no signs of weakness here, not even in the slightest. We are still seeing minor, but we're still seeing the open interest tapering off a little bit here, but the initial breakout, and this is the important part, that initial breakout of the previous all-time high, relatively high volume, open interest increasing, high positive delta. This is a positive sign. Again, it's tapering off a bit now, but I think it's just fair to say we're coming to the end of the session, right? London's closing, we're closed, New York closing, starting to bring into Asian session. So it's just normal that the volume will taper off here. Would I open a new long here at $114,000 more or less? Well, the answer is I think you all should know this, right? No, why on earth would we open longs at $114,000 when we've got longs from $110,400 today from the swing failure pattern, right? It just doesn't make any sense to be taking a long trade here. Okay, at the same time, would I short trade now? No. Because there's no weakness, but I wouldn't long here at 114K. We've already seen a massive pump on the day. So then we can start to talk about, well, what are some really important big support levels on the higher term time frame? Well, clearly this value area high, which was a resistance now broken, is our big support. So really, from a higher term time frame perspective, you very much want to see this value area high maintained as support. If you come back down below it, it looks like a big failed auction. That's where we could say, well, that's a higher term time frame sign of weakness for sure. Hopefully we'll have seen something earlier than that in the charts. But of course, right now there's nothing. No, zero signs of weakness. I mean, even here we've just made another new higher high, right? So lower term time frame, there's zero. Okay. What I say is you'd want to try and see a lower term time frame sign of weakness for a short, because if you're waiting for the loss of the value area high, that's already a major move to the downside. Right? I wouldn't be so keen on shorting after such a big move down. Right? I would look to try and take an aggressive short at a high if given, but over the past 24 hours, no short trades. Right? There's nothing. There's just nothing on the charts that are showing it's weak. Of course, you do still have those higher term time frame Elliott wave count targets as well. So this was just a quicker initial video. I wanted to give you my thoughts as we've broke out into all-time highs. I made a video yesterday saying, well, of course, right now I am expecting new all-time highs, but if it comes, I will analyze again for weakness and maybe take a short trade. So I wanted to give an update from yesterday to tell you all, well, of course, I've not taken any short trades. There was no weakness. So, I always say we'll trade the reaction. There has been no bearish reaction here, so there's no short trade. And at the same time, trade the reaction. Well, there was a bullish setup today. So as you plan the trade, well, you trade those plans. All right. Where was it? Where was the post? Yeah, plan the trade the plan. You lock in your longs and, aggressive longs from the swing failure pattern on the retests. You got to lock in when you're seeing those setups form. Again, on the retest, big bullish divergence. There was a lot of time to get into the long before the pump today, but only if you knew what you were looking at, right? If you didn't have any idea what you were looking at, you've probably missed out on everything. That's normal though, because you have no idea what you're looking at. And so if you do have no idea, well, that's where I come in and help you here and, give you understandings, give you, the theory and the knowledge necessary to make profits on these moves. And it's not getting scared to take the shorts to the downside, just as you shouldn't get scared to take the longs when price drops down into those support levels, right? So you look to short resistances, you look to long supports. You do not short supports, just as you do not long resistance. So you might be thinking, oh, Daniel is crazy. Price is pumping all-time high, and he's talking about looking for short trades. Well, yeah, because the only thing that I'm going to do when price pumps is look for a short. Again, I emphasize right now, I have not taken any short trades, right? Not taking any short trades. I am looking for it. That's the one and only trade that I'm looking for as price rises is a short. Just as when price drops, the one and only trade I'd look for is a long. You're never going to catch me looking for shorts at the lows, and you're never going to catch me looking for longs at the highs. Okay, so I hope that you understand that, and it's a very fundamental part of my trading. But yeah, I will not just randomly, blindly, for no reason, take a short just because price is rising, right? I need an entry trigger. I need a lower term time frame setup. Just as today, when price was dropping, that's where I look for the long trades, right? So yeah, I hope it's made sense. I hope that you've enjoyed. It was just a quick analysis, quick initial reaction video to seeing the all-time highs. Still staying in all of my long trades. I've got no short trades open here, and very happy to see this continuation. If you want to see my Elliott wave count in more depth, I do have a champions live stream for the members where I'm going to be going in depth on the new high term time frame Elliott wave count targets. This is a gold mine. If you want to get that, that's for the champion members. And of course, as I mentioned, actually, I do have a new lesson as well coming out on entry triggers next week. So yeah, now is a perfect time to be a member, to be fair. You got new lessons. You got the coaches absolutely crushing it right now, and yeah, it's been a very, very, very nice day indeed. Cheers, everybody. Hope you've enjoyed, and look at this. Yeah, thank you, and let's be signing out. Goodbye.